Hello everyone, this is Tina from Tina's Workshop, and this is my weekly podcast. It is Friday, June 21st. You will be seeing this on Saturday the 22nd. I have not done a whole lot really this week. I was not feeling good all week and did not really figure out what it was until last night. And if I felt like I was yesterday, I would not have been recording because I could not even force a smile on my face. But I ended up with a kidney infection. So I'm feeling a lot better today now that I've had IV antibiotics, and I'm still, my side's hurting, but otherwise I'm doing a lot better. So I'm here. So that's good, right? So as far as finished objects go, I do not have any. But I do have some work in progress, and my main work in progress this week, I had a couple days where I was not picking up my knitting, I didn't want to watch TV, nothing. I didn't know what was wrong, but I was so tired and had no motivation for anything. But then there were other days that I did do quite a bit. We went to Open Sauce this last weekend, and I had a lot of time riding back and forth to San Francisco that I was able to work on things. So my watermelon socks that I told you about that I was going to start last week, I've been working on, and they've become my watermelon basket socks instead of just watermelon socks, because I decided to do this little basket weave rib at the top with the brown yarn to be like a basket, so it's a watermelon basket. And I think they are so absolutely adorable. I love them. I was trying to find yarn for this. This actually might be a touch thicker. It is a different kind of yarn, so I don't know what it's going to do when I wash it, because this is cotton and this is acrylic and PBT. But it's this itty bitty little mini skein, and it started off as I went looking for things. I had this little bundle of Lion Brand yarns with different colors, and I'm like, okay, maybe that'll work. So you can see how much I used. I only used maybe half of one of those, and they're called bonbons. Yeah, it's a number 2 yarn, so it is slightly thicker, but it works, and that kind of baskety look, the basket would be slightly bigger, so I think it works with what was going on in my head. And it's 100% cotton. So that's what I used to do the top cuff. And I just did, so I did a 2x2 rib, and I alternated it every 2 rows, and I did a total of 8 rows there. Then I did 4 more rows for my leg, and then the slip stitch heel, and then I think I did 65 rows in my foot. And I am currently on the second sock, and I just passed the gusset, so I am now working on the foot. So you can see I still have that much more to do, but I'm at the point where it's just knitting in the round for many rows, and that kind of goes a little bit faster. It's mindless till I get down to the toe. So these should be done, definitely should be done by next week, but I'm hoping within the next day or 2 I'll have that done now that I'm feeling a little bit better. So I have those in my summer sock camp bag, and they will be my next summer sock camp entry when I get them finished. And summer sock camp is by Kay Linton, the Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have all the information down below if you would like to join in on that. And then let's see, look at my list. Okay, I only have, honestly, one other work in progress because, like I said, I was not feeling up to doing anything. I did not do anything on my son's scarf. It's still at the same point. I did not actually start that other emotional support chicken. That one's still sitting there waiting. What do I got going here? Okay, I know what that's. Where did I put it? I'm always losing things, aren't I? Put that one there, that one there. Oh, they're behind me. Haha. I did not work on my Wonderland yarn squares at all. So that's still at the same point it had been last time. But this is my new one, using the other chicken bag that I made. And I finally decided to start a Cozy Memories blanket. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do the single strand or if I want to do the double strand held together, the fingering, to make the DK, which then when I do something DK, I can add it in too. So I'm starting off with, let's see, that is the front. I'm starting off with the yarn that I did, let's see, can we see it? That sock out of, the one that I didn't really care for the yarn. But, you know, it has to go in there because it is a memory and it was my first completed sock. But I'm starting with that one and I think I'm going to do 2 squares. I'm going to finish this one that's single strand and then do another square double strand and see which one I like better. And then decide from there where I'm going to go on. But then I'll add in, you know, with different yarns that I've been doing from different projects that will all get added in. So be able to look back at my Cozy Memories. And this pattern is done by Shelley DuPont from Polka Dot Creek. So I will list that down below, the Ravelry link for that. And she, if you do decide to do this, she has a video, I'll link that too. She has a video where she kind of explains some of the things that she does on it. And the thing I really like is the way, come on, focus, the way you create on the side so that you can easily pick it up because it is a join as you go. So there's no sewing things up later. It all gets done at one time. But because of the way she does this, it makes it really easy to do the join as you go. So if you decide to do it, make sure and watch her video. And she has a couple variations on it too, so which is in her pattern, but she explains some of the different variations that she's done on it and how she did it. So it's a good video to watch. So I watched that before I even started working on one. So that's my next thing. That is now going to probably be my bedside project because I can just, it's, once you understand the pattern, then you can just sit and work it and it's relaxing and you don't have to think about it as much. So let's see. Okay. That is it as far as anything I am currently working on this week. Like I said, I was not feeling well. Things were not getting done. And it usually takes a lot. I mean, even if I'm like sick in bed with the flu or something, I'm still working on something. But I mean, I didn't want to do anything. So, but I did get some mail this week. So let's start with this one. So I've mentioned Nitty Natty's Summer Sock Week, and that will be listed below too. I did buy some merchandise. She had a couple different people that were selling things ahead of time, and I'm trying to get this one to lay flat. I bought this from, where's my paper? This one is from Twice Sheared Sheep. It says it right on here. I didn't have to go look at that. It says it right here. Okay, this is from Twice Sheared Sheep, and she made it specifically for Summer Sock Week with the increase decrease, which is so cute with the camper and stuff because it's an outdoor theme. And also from them, I got a sock ruler, and it's got that way for sock week, and it's double-sided, so you got the regular and then the other information. I still have to learn how to use this because I have not used one yet, but it's one of the slap bracelets. So I picked that up because if I'm going to start doing more socks, I figure that's a good thing to have. So I got those. And let's see. Oh, came in the mail today. And my son was with me when I got the stuff out of the mailbox, and I let him open it, and I just had that. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I rolled my seat over it. So the bag has got these flowers all over it, and I was like, that's actually kind of perfect, considering this is the bag that the Mystery Machine yarn was coming in, that I've been waiting for. It is so pretty. So this is by Somerset Yarns, and I will link them down below too. Colorway, Mystery Machine, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And it is so pretty. And of course I made my... Okay, I apologize if you just heard a loud noise in the background. Anyway, I forgot where I was at. Oh, I had made the bag. So there's the Mystery Machine. There's the yarn, but it does have, in the full one, there is some more, like the purple and stuff. But so see the flowers? Flower on the Mystery Machine. That's why I said the flower bag was perfect, and I don't know if she did that on purpose, but and I say she, I don't really know. I don't know who's behind it. So anyway, so my son looked at it and he said, Mom, you know, I think maybe instead of socks I'd rather have a hat. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So he said, I think I would use that more. So we have decided on the Musselburgh hat. I've been wanting to do it anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. And since I know I'm about to use it, I might as well open it up for you guys. And you can see how that color... It's always neat to see how it ends up coming. I mean, just undoing it like this, but then once it gets wound, that color gradient changes even more. And then once you actually start working it, so I mean, you never really know what you're going to get until you start working it. But isn't that pretty? So I am going to do the Musselburgh hat for him, which is by, I happen to have it pulled up here, and it is nope. I know I'm not going to say that right. Isolda Teague? I know I'm not saying that right, but I will link it down below. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'll leave this out so I can cake it up, and then it will be ready to go. And then, since I am not, that was going to be my next socks after finishing the watermelon. So since I'm not going to be making socks there, I decided to use my bag from Happy Mermaid Yarn Company because it matches the yarn perfectly. I mean, come on, it's like it was made for it. How perfect is that? So I'm going to do this sock set next, and this is the bamboo pop sock, and the colorway on this one, Wildflowers. Makes sense. So this is my next one I'm going to do for summer sock camp because the colors to me kind of have that 80s, 90s feel to them. Of course, I'm leaning more towards 80s with the 80s, 90s theme, because that's my era. But anyway, come on, perfect color match. So that is going to be the next socks I cast on. I do not know, I think I might cast the emotional support chicken on first, because I need to have that one done for a birthday in the beginning of July. And then for this next month, for July, I'm thinking about doing Christmas in July with my Wednesday videos. And I have at least 2 Christmas stockings that I need to get done this year by Christmas anyway. So I think I'm going to do a couple videos with those. So if that is something that interests you, one is a crocheted pattern, and it's my pattern, and it's going to actually probably have a Harry Potter theme on it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing on it yet. Just because the 2 siblings that I had already made ones for both had a Harry Potter theme. Hedwig and Quidditch were on the other 2. So this one's going to probably have a Harry Potter theme. And then the other one that I'm doing is actually a vintage pattern, which this is so it's going to be a vintage knit pattern, and I've done that one twice now. Hopefully it comes out better this time, because I made mistakes before where it is a vintage pattern. There are things that didn't quite make sense, and you couldn't ask the author. But I inherited the pattern. My uncle's mom made stockings for our whole family, and hold on. That's what I get for forgetting to silence my phone. I am going to do that now. I knew better. See, you guys know I can't get through a video without interruptions. And if you were paying attention to all the little blips up to this point, those were different times that a phone was ringing or somebody was coming inside or whatever. Anyway, oh, vintage pattern. Okay, so she made my stocking when I was a baby, same pattern. And then she made stockings for my husband and both of my boys before she had passed away. And I learned to knit because of that. I wanted to carry on that tradition, which is also why the crochet ones I do, because I did more crocheting, but I wanted something that had a look of the vintage stockings. So that's why I created the crochet pattern I use. Anyway, I am making this one so the woman that made them for us, the one I'm making is for her great grandbaby. And I already made one for that one's sibling and dad, so that they all have these matching ones. And in their section of the family, they all have this exact same pattern. The ones that my husband and my kids have, one of my sons has this pattern. My husband and my other son have different patterns. But mine had been this pattern, and mine got lost about 30 years ago, and I've been heartbroken about it, and I kept hoping to find it in my mom's stuff as we went through it, but it never turned up. So someday I might remake it, but I did another one for myself eventually that was in one of my other patterns. Anyway, that was a long story, a short story made long. That's what you have to look forward in July is I'm hoping to do Christmas in July. So at least 2 of them will be probably the 2 different stockings, knit and crocheted. One week will of course be Wonderland Yarns, because that's the one I'm affiliated with, and that one's a regular occurring monthly thing. And then we'll see what I end up with on the other days. I have quite a few projects that I'm wanting to do. I mean, you can just see around me, I have so many things, and you guys have seen my long list of to-dos. And I just had another one that ended up on that list the other day, so which may end up being a video next week. We shall see. Okay, moving on. Go back to where my list is. Oh, wrong button. Okay, more mail. You guys know I love my furls hooks, but I decided to buy the Fire hooks. They come in these great little tubes, though. I will say that is really nice. They come in these tubes, and this goes around the neck so that it all stays stationary, but you can keep them in that if you want, or if you throw it into your bag, so you don't have to worry about breaking a hook. They're nice, strong tubes. So I bought 2 of their gemstone hooks. I bought the January one, which is garnet, and I got a 5.5 millimeter. And I got, in my Wonderland bag, I bought the size that I use for this all the time. So this one this is the November, and I got a 4 millimeter, a G. So there's the 2. And these are the birthstones for my 2 kids. So my youngest is January and my oldest is November. So I thought, oh, I'll get the 2 gemstone ones to try and see. Simply Handmade. She swears by these hooks like I swear by furls. So I thought, okay, I've got to try them, see what they're like. And you all know my favorite is the Odyssey hooks that are not made anymore. So these are the Odyssey, these are the Streamline, and these are the Fire. So I'm curious to see size-wise. Size-wise, they look more like the Odyssey compared to, yeah, look at that. But now the trick is the neck. The neck is why I like these ones. So this one is an F, this one's a G. So they're similar. And the Fire is actually a little bit shorter. Oh. It's more narrow. I'm noticing that it's more narrow, and this does taper down more narrow here. Let's look at these 2. So this is an I, this one's an N. It's pretty, well, what was this one? This one's a J. We'll go here, I and J. So big difference in length. Again, it's a little bit more narrow. Necks really are about the same on those. So I think it's more so the handle's going to be shorter, but this is going to be more similar. So we'll see. I have not actually used it yet because I wasn't feeling well. So this one will probably be the first one used, because that one I'm keeping in my Wonderland yarns because this is the size hook that I need for those squares. And I will let you guys know what I think of them. We'll see. But let's see, I don't want to put that back so I don't lose it. Price wise, they're good price wise. They were, I think they were comparable to the Streamline furls. So we'll see. Furls, by the way, Furls is having a sale right now, a birthday sale. And I can't help myself, so I just went on and bought a bunch of stuff. So you'll be seeing that soon. But they are having a pretty big birthday sale, and while supplies last, if you order over $100, which I did not do, I controlled myself, then they've got a free bag you're getting too. But they have things that are on sale from 15% off all the way to 70% off. And this one, when I got this is one of their mystery seconds, and you can see it's still a pretty hook. These ones are 70% off right now, so they're like $7, $7.50 or something like that. So really good price, and they're still really pretty. And I'm not associated or not affiliated with them, but they are having a great sale right now, so go check that out. Okay, let's see what else. I did buy some new knitting needles this week. I needed a couple more Chow Goos, and I got another Prim knitting needle set that I'm using with that Cozy Comfort, because the only one I had was this really, really long, and it was too long to try and use with a little tiny thing I was doing. This is something that's kind of fun. Not that this is fun too. I'm wanting to spin that. But Lowe's has these cute little toolboxes on sale right now. Well, not on sale, in stock. They're like a limited thing they're doing. And they have them in a bunch of different colors, including the traditional blue color. And you guys know I'm not a pink and purple person, but it was so cute in pink. I had to get it in pink. And they didn't have it in green or red, which would have been the great Christmassy colors, but they carry it in pink, cream, the regular blue, black, green, and red. But my Lowe's didn't have the red or the green. And my aunt had just gotten one. And then I saw another YouTuber talking about it, and I was like, now I want to go get one. Didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I wanted to get one. So then I'm like, do I put my regular tools that I keep at my desk in it? Do I put crochet hooks in it? Do I put this in it, that? So I finally ended up with my circular needles are down here, which has got a nice big one. This one's a little bit more narrow. And I've got crochet hooks that are not as used as the ones that I have in a jar up here. And then the top opens too. So I put other little tools, my, little odds and ends. So now I just have to decide where I actually want to set it. And I forgot I wanted to show you guys that. Okay, so we went to Open Sauce. I did record video. I did most of my recording the first day and not much the next day. There was just so much, and I am not going to make a video with everything. Even with all that I took, I probably will not put it all in there, because there's a lot of stuff there. I mean, we did spend 2 days there, and it's a lot. And I'm not showing you everything I came home with either, because I came home with a lot of things. A lot of little itty bitty things. You had different booths that were giving things away, and you'd end up picking them up. You didn't know what you were going to come by. There was one guy who was showing injection molding, and he had these little tiny screwdrivers, and I brought one home because I'm going to put that in my box with my tools for my spinning wheels. Nice and small, but every now and then I'm needing that. So I'm not going to show you everything I came home with, but I thought I'd show you a few things. Little Sienna type photo of my husband and myself. There was another one. They had done this really cute little booth. It was a piping man with this old camera, and it sat on a box, and you push the button on the box and it printed out the picture, and they had used that for their wedding, which is neat. And then I was videoing another one that was like recording people that went by, and while I was videoing it, the man reached over, hit the button, and printed out a picture of me recording it. So there was a number of fun things. There was one booth, and the boy asked his mom to borrow one of her tabletop looms, and he turned, if you're a weaver, you'll know what I'm talking about here. He turned this tabletop loom into a jacquard loom. Did I say that right? Yes. And he 3D printed all the different parts for it and then made all the cards. They gave me one of the cards. And the jacquard looms are very, very big looms, and they have all these different cards that fit into them, so you can create these really intricate weaving patterns, and there's not a whole lot of them around. Well, he has used his mom's little tabletop loom and 3D print, and he has made a jacquard loom, and it only sits about this much taller over her loom, and like this. I mean, so it's this little tiny thing, and it has cards like this that work in it. It's really cool. That will be in my video. I will leave that one in it. A number of different places you walk by, they lots of 3D print stuff, and just picked up random little thing, little scraper. It was, so here is open sauce. It was so it's a makers event with quite a few YouTubers that are all techie and sciencey and stuff. And I only knew a few myself personally that were going to be there. My son knew a lot of them, and he got to meet a lot of them too, which was really fun. This was fun. It's one of the laser cutter booths, and it comes with this little, and you drop a little drop of water, and see if I can get it to focus. You see the little drop of water in there? See if I can get it to roll around. It's hard to turn it like this to show you, but the little drop of water, they put like a resist in this, and so you sit there in the maze and the little drop of water goes everywhere, and it's much more impressive when you can see it the proper way. Maybe when I do the other video, I'll do like a tabletop view or something. Got some socks. This stuff's all been like giveaway stuff I've shown you so far. And like I said, I'm not showing you everything. But then there were some things, my husband purchased this for me at the end because it was a display piece. But how pretty is that? That is 3D print. It looks like a beautiful painting, but it's been done on a 3D printer, and there's, if you can see the layering on it, really neat. So he bought that for me, and I bought bag. I like bags. I bought the open sauce bag, and it's a really nice bag. It's got a zipper here. It's a nice soft bag, lined. Everything. I actually used it the whole weekend. I kept shoving stuff into it. It's a really nice bag, and I think it's really cute. And it was only like 20 bucks, so couldn't beat that. And then my husband, my son, and myself all bought the sweater. It's from the YouTube channel, The Yard, which is, where's the emblem? There's the emblem, the little fence. And the guy said it was wool and mohair. I was like, yep, I will take one. And then I'm looking at it later when I got home. It is 55% acrylic, 22% nylon, 15% wool, and 8% mohair. But I will say it is a really cozy sweater. I love it. I've been using it a lot this week. And I'm thinking, because it is, you know, so plain and everything, that I might do some needle felting onto it. I'm not sure what I would want to needle felt onto it yet. I might even do multiple things, but I think it would be fun to needle felt on it. I would jazz it up a little bit, you know. So I don't know. Thinking about that. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if it was you, what would you needle felt on it? Then I also bought this sweater, and I kind of debated on this one and then ended up getting it. So this was like their main sweater. So it was held at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. So there's the Cow Palace. And they've done like this Mario theme on it, which my son didn't like as much because it was more makery than, you know, video game Mario. But I liked it because Mario makes me think of him, because growing up he always loved playing the Mario games. And my husband, when he was younger, he loved them too. So I liked it. So it's got little sauce bottles coming out. And then there's the UFO beaming up the cow, which I got a patch that has that on it, and there was a few other things like that. There's more cows down here, and the little robot, and it's all over the back. It's all down the arms. So it's a really cute sweater. But why I debated on getting it is, as I've gotten older, I get hot really easily. I'm sure other people out there, you understand that. You just start to get hot really easily. You might freeze at points, but then you'll get hot really easily. So I've gotten to where I like the tops, the sweaters that open, so you can just get that cool air. And this is an pullover one, and I'm like, ugh, it's gonna be hot. But I still ended up doing it. And what I've been thinking about doing, and I'm not positive yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about taking the sewing machine and running 2 lines of stitching right down the center, and actually doing multiple. I have a setting on mine that will stitch 3 lines at the same time. So I was thinking I'll do the 3 lines and the 3 lines, and then cut right down the center of it, and then crochet around the edge to create this and make it a open front sweater. So I'm thinking about doing that. I haven't decided for sure yet. Let me know what you would do. But that's what I'm thinking, because I could just split that right open in the front then, and then put a binding, crochet a binding onto it, or even knit one. And I'm like, okay, it might not match with this, but it could be okay. Especially if I do like where this is black and the bottom's black, but then maybe do the white, so it kind of contrasts it. And then if I put buttons on it, I could put black buttons. I don't know, but that's what I've been thinking about. So I got those. My son got a patch jacket, which is really cool, and it's got all these little patches on it. And then he bought the UFO one and put onto it, and I bought that patch and put onto one of my other jackets. And oh, I got all kinds of fun little 3D print things. A cute little kitty. And oh, I set these on the mohair, and they are attracted to the mohair. Let go. So I saw this cute, it's got mohair on it now. This cute little dragon. It's so cute and so pretty. And come on, focus. There we go. He's so itty bitty and tiny and cute. And there, hold him this way, maybe you can see him better. So I bought that one, and then the man was showing me, he had this other one that was a little bit smaller. And I said, well, how much do you want for that one? He says, well, you can have it, because it'll be going to a good home. Look how itty bitty. Come on, focus. Look how itty bitty it is. It's so teeny tiny. It's about the smallest he could do without fully having problems, because all this is printed at one time. So it's got to have all this articulation, this movement in it. But I like my little dragon. Yes, I'm weird. I admit it. I am weird. I like being weird. Makes life interesting. Yeah. That's just a little bit of our things that came home with us. Like I said, I will do a video that you can see more of if you're interested of what went on while we were down there. Moving on, my husband and I will be selling at Lambtown in October. So if you like to go to the Lambtown Festival in Dixon, beginning of October, it's the 5th and 6th, I want to say. Let's see, October, yes. It's the first weekend in October. It's the 5th and 6th in Dixon, California. And I've gone to visit it the last 2 years, but we will actually have a booth selling his woodworking. And now that I have my laser cutter, I have some different little fiber tools and stuff that I plan to make with that, which will have my logo on it. So we will have a number of different things that we will have at our booth down there. So if you are planning to go to Lambtown, stop by and say hi. We will be inside of one of the 2 buildings. I don't know which building yet, but we'll be in one of the 2 buildings. So that's exciting. And I'm getting ready for that weaving class that I'm doing with the kids at the beginning of July. So I need to get more of that stuff done, but I've been collecting different things that I can have the kids use as the musical aspect to go along with their weaving aspect that I was trying to figure out how I was combining the 2. So I've got a number of different things I've been collecting, and I need to start actually putting things together so I can get ready for that. So we'll see how much other stuff gets done this week while I'm trying to do that, but it is what it is. It'll get done when it gets done, right? So I hope you all have had a great week. I hope you all have a great weekend and next week. And don't forget to check out my video on Wednesday. Make sure like and subscribe and hit notify if you'd like to be notified when I upload. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.